Somebody asked me, what is the procedure after the bail has been granted? And what are the precautions one the accused has to take in case the bail has been granted? Now, this scenario has to be understood in two parts. First is after the bail has been granted by the concerned court, irrespective of the fact that it is anticipatory bail or regular bail from the magistrate court or high court or the court of session, the procedure after that remains almost give and take same. The grant of the bail is the order passed by the court. After that, the court imposes certain conditions. For example, in UP, the court might ask you to produce two sureties, and in other states the court might ask you to have one surety. Surety is the person who vouch for you that you would not run away and you will attend the date of the hearings before the trial court on each and every date, and you would not try to violate the conditions which have been imposed by the concerned court. After the bail has been granted, it is the duty of the accused to produce the sound surety along with the financial capacity. For example, that the bail has been granted with the condition that you would file the bail bonds in the amount of 50,000 rupees. So the surety has to produce the 50,000 rupees FD or 50,000 or a vehicle RC which is worth at least 50,000 rupees. And the surety will vouch on affidavit in case you would run away that his amount will be forfeited by the concerned court. There is a form 45 at the in the CRPC itself, and that form 45 has to be filled by the surety and the accused. Generally, the lawyer who has appeared on behalf of you at the time of bail hearing, he will assist you in filing that bail bond. And after the bail bond is furnished, now the accused has to keep in mind that there would have been certain conditions in the bail order. For example, the court at the time of granting the bail might ask you to not to tamper with the evidence if the investigation is going on, or not to contact the witnesses in any manner. So the accused has to keep in mind that you are not supposed to contact the witnesses until the trial has been finished, because any inducement, threat, or any misrepresentation or any contact with the witnesses or the complainant might be a condition for cancellation of your bail. Now the court might also impose another condition stating that you would not go leave the territory, basically the country, without the permission of the court. And in that case, the court might ask you to furnish your passport, submit your passport in the court itself or before the investigating officer, and you will be duty bound to do so. If you violate any of this kind of directions by the court is powered enough to cancel your bail at any point of time. Now, another thing is the court might also impose certain conditions. The court, in general cases, the court does so, that you would attend the investigation, you would cooperate in the investigation process if the investigation is going on, and further that you would attend the dates of hearing before the trial court. And in case you do not do so, then the court at any point of time can cancel your bail. There is one more thing that has to be kept in mind, that once the bail has been granted, the bail is till the time your trial is not finished. After your trial is finished and you are either acquitted or convicted, then in that case there is a time period of filing the appeal. For that period of time, that appeal period, it might be, if you are acquitted, then the complainant will be at liberty to file the appeal against your acquittal. In criminal cases, generally it is done before the high court. And if you are convicted, in that case the court might ask you to furnish further bail bonds for the period of the appeal until that appeal lapses, that you would be in the deemed custody of the court. Now, many young lawyers, they ask me, sir, let's say this bail bond has to be furnished. What is the procedure of furnishing those bail bonds? So let me tell you, the form 45 that has been given in the CRPC itself, this format will be available in each and every court. What you need to do is, there are two parts of that form 45. One is to be filled with the details of the surety. second will contain the details of the accused, and third part will contain an affidavit which will be vouched by the surety, and this sworn affidavit has to be filed in the court along with the amount to be shown that they, let's say I talked about 50,000 rupees FD, that the copy of the FD or the original FD has to be filed in the court. And the court, again, after you furnish it before the concerned magistrate or the court of session as the case may be, that the court will ask the surety to be present on that day along with the accused if the accused is not in judicial custody. Then the court might ask you certain questions. For example, the court will ask the surety, how do you know the accused? For how long do you know the accused? The court just want to, and your address, the court might ask you to furnish your Aadhaar card also or any other address proof. The court will ask your address also. For basic reason, let's say the accused does not come before the court, then it will be the liability of the surety to produce that accused before the concerned court. And if you do not do that, the amount that you vouched for will be forfeited by the concerned court. And if there is any discrepancy, let's say you furnish some FD or proof of employment, then the amount may be deducted directly from your salary under the orders of the court. So it is fairly a simple procedure, but after the bail has been granted, the accused is supposed to comply with each and every condition which is given in the bail order. If you do not comply with the order, then bail will surely be cancelled by the concerned court or by the higher court as the case may be. And if you have any questions related to the process of furnishing the bail bonds or the process of the anticipatory bail or regular bail, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll try to answer those questions as soon as I can. If possible, I'll try to make a video also so that you could fairly get an idea how the procedure has to be followed and how the criminal courts actually work.